today's lesson, we're going to be talking about los adjetivos, Spanish adjectives. Adjetivos en español. As in English, adjectives in Spanish are used to describe nouns. Nouns, of course, are people, places, things, and ideas. And as you'll see in the following examples, Spanish adjectives often follow the noun. In English, they precede the noun. In Spanish, they follow the noun. This will sound familiar to you with certain place names in Spanish, like Rio Grande. Rio means river, grande means big. In English, we would say big river. In Spanish, we say Rio Grande, with the adjective grande following the noun Rio. Another rule about Spanish adjectives is that they must agree in number and gender with the noun they describe. So if a noun is singular and masculine, the Spanish adjective would also be singular and masculine. When we learned the articles el, la, los, and las, you got used to those having to agree with the noun, using the singular masculine article el when you have a singular masculine noun, such as libro. There are two main classes of adjectives in Spanish that will adapt to those rules somewhat differently. If you have an adjective that ends in o, when you learn it in the most basic form, it will end in either o, or else it'll end in e or a consonant. An adjective that you learn that ends in o will follow this pattern. The ending will be o, a, os, or as, depending on the number and gender of the noun. For example, with the adjective blanco, white, it can be el gato blanco, because gato is singular and masculine, so we add the ending o. With la casa, since casa is singular and feminine, we use the ending a, la casa blanca, the White House. Gatos, being plural and masculine, we would say los gatos blancos, using the os ending. And for the plural feminine noun casas, we would use the as ending, las casas blancas. So for adjectives that you learn that end in o, the ending can be o, a, os, or as, to ensure that it agrees in number and gender with the noun it's describing. For adjectives that end in e or in a consonant, they will only have singular and plural forms, not masculine and feminine. So for example, the adjective triste, which means sad. If we're describing a man or a woman, either way we would use triste. Un hombre triste, una mujer triste. For the plural, we would add s. Unos hombres tristes, unas mujeres tristes. For the adjective that ends in a consonant, feliz, happy, again we'll have just one form for singular and one form for plural. Un hombre feliz or una mujer feliz, and unos hombres felices or unas mujeres felices. Let's look at how adjectives would work in sentences that contain descriptions of people. In the first picture, we're talking about a woman, and just once you'll notice that all of those adjectives have the singular feminine ending a. Ella es alta y delgada y morena. The next picture, again, we're talking about a girl, so we say Lucia es una muchacha baja y rubia. The next picture, ellos son jóvenes. Taking the adjective joven and adding es to make it plural. Ellos son jóvenes. The next picture, describing a man, we use the singular masculine ending o. Él es viejo. Same thing with the next two. With Einstein, él es listo. Bob es antipático. With the next picture, we say ellos son gordos. You'll notice that with both that one and the one above it, we use the masculine form for both the subject pronoun ellos and for the adjective, because there is a mixed gender. Anytime that we have at least one man in the group, we will default to the masculine. So in that photo, in the bottom picture there, if it were two women, we would say ellas son gordas, but because it's a man and a woman, we say ellos. And the last picture, again describing one man, we use the singular masculine. Él es un hombre perezoso.